see the next thing.
Hello YouTube and people of the interwebs, welcome back to another Doctor Who episode review. And I'm not gonna lie, this is probably the most confused I've ever walked away from an episode. Like, I genuinely, I'll play a quick reaction clip that, like, the seconds the credits finished, me and my housemates recorded. We've just finished 73 yards and my immediate... Am I thick or something? What happened? It was good, I did enjoy it.
The concept of like the 73 yards and her always being there was really creepy, but like, I don't understand the significance.
Nothing happened.
No, but like, yeah, it's a weird one because I enjoyed the entire thing kind of until the final minutes, like the final 5 minutes, but then I really liked the final minute. There was just a really weird sour taste left in my mouth from the ending, but I'll discuss the entire episode in depth. So, the start of the episode when the Doctor and Ruby land on that Welsh mountaintop, I absolutely loved. I thought sort of 10 out of 10 premise. As soon as the Doctor steps in that weird creepy circle thing, it's like, oh okay, I get where this is going. When the Doctor disappears, that was really, really fun. Like, genuinely 10 out of 10 premise start for a Doctor Who episode. It is interesting to note though, that the title sequence, Famoosh, gone. No title sequence for us this week, which I kind of, the episode was 47 minutes long, so maybe it didn't have time to put it in. That's just an interesting thing to note. But the plot continued to thoroughly intrigue me as Ruby battles the weather and battles the cold going down to that village pub where our first notable event happens. She meets Susan Twist again, and she starts to kind of recognise her. Now, I really couldn't tell from this moment whether Susan Twist genuinely doesn't know who the Doctor is, because she goes like, do you need a doctor? Or if she's playing about. Are we going to get to the finale and she has a line where she's sort of like, oh, I was so theatrical, Ruby, you believed me. Or was she genuinely affected by what the 73 yards mysterious woman said? I don't know, let me know your thoughts in the comments. But I thought this was a really, really good moment, and I've got to say right from the beginning, Millie Gibson is fantastic throughout this entire episode. If you've watched the behind the scenes show as well, this is the first thing she ever shot for Doctor Who, but you can't tell at all. There's no sort of growing pains or nerves in her performance. It's genuinely brilliant. So emotive, so emotional, and it really makes you care about the character of Ruby Sunday. Also, although only getting, I think, like a minute and 10 seconds of screen time, Ncuti Gatwa as well, he's just brilliant. And me and my housemates as well, we were going kind of like, oh, where's Ncuti? It's a shame he's not in it more, which is just a testament to his performance. Then we arrive, Ruby arrives at that little Welsh pub called the Dead Wood, and that was really, really fun. The tone was consistent, it was all keeping up pace, and I thought, yeah, this is really, really nice. I did like the jokey bit as well, with all the Welsh people sort of mocking Ruby, and I loved the setting up of like that guy goes out to speak to the woman and he runs away. It's a really intriguing mystery which never gets a bloody payoff, but we'll get to that later. As much as I did like the pub scene, I kind of thought by the end of it, it was getting on a little bit. Like, it could have quickened up the pacing there. The characters and the performances were fun, but I kind of wanted to get out of the pub and explore more of the story. Although it was a little bit of a tonal shift, when Ruby gets on the train and goes home, that's another 10 out of 10 moment. I absolutely love, like, when Doctor Who does the sort of domestic stuff, like seeing the companions' home life and the dialogue between Carla, Cherry and Ruby. It's such a fun little family dynamic. Even Mrs. Flood as well. It's just a shame we don't get to see more of them. Here's hoping that in future episodes, they're gonna crop up more. I mean, we know Carla's kind of in the finale, and we've seen a shot and a little sequence in the trailer where the Doctor says to Carla that he promises to keep Ruby safe. I really don't get where that fits in. Also, I'm kind of confused about the timings of this season, because we've gone, episode 1 was Christmas Day of 2023, sorry. Then The Devil's Cord, Space Babies is immediately after, so it's January-ish. Then it's like July or June of 2024, which is technically in our future from when I'm recording this video. Then Boom is said to be set in October. Now that could be October on the planet of wherever they are in Boom, or it could be October relative time to us, because then 73 Yards is set in 2024, but it's very cold, like it's snowing for the majority of the episode, so it can't be June or July, meaning there's been another time skip. Is that part of the story? I really don't know. But as I mentioned, I thought there was a little bit of a tonal shift. Like, as soon as Ruby goes home, we kind of drop the Welsh folk horror element. Obviously, that woman is still following her 73 yards away. It's a really... Oh, I love the scene where Carla talks to her and then she, like, gets off, storms off in a taxi, and Ruby is just absolutely devastated. Like, it properly makes you care for the character of Ruby Sunday, which I really... Yeah, brilliant scene. 10 out of 10 stuff. But then this was when the episode started to sort of lose that 10 out of 10 status. We go to like a sort of montage of first we meet Kate Stewart again, and I can't lie, sometimes I'm a bit like indifferent on Kate Stewart. I don't think she gets that much to do, but here I thought she was really fun. She was really nice. The little unit inclusion was nice, and Kate running away as well. It nicely sets up. It allows a little bit of exposition and shows Ruby's growing development. I thought that was really nice, although it was tonally quite different to the start of the episode. But then we get the montage scene where, I mean, the props, the graphics, the makeup and everything for this season has literally been flawless. Until now. Ruby did not age. I'm sorry, am I 40 years old now? No, I'm just wearing glasses. Admittedly, they need a clean, but that's not the point. I was confused. I know Ruby had a wig on, but she didn't have any wrinkles or anything. She reached aged 40 and just looked the exact same. I think, to be fair to Millie Gibson, her performance was slightly different and she was playing as slightly older, but I don't know, she looked maybe, 30? There's no way Millie Gibson looked 40 when she was supposed to be 40 in this episode. I also thought the sequence itself, the montage, was directed beautifully. Like, it worked really nicely. The only thing that sort of ruined the immersion was the fact that Ruby didn't look old enough. Obviously, we had cards, like birthday cards, signifying how old she was. But I don't know, I just didn't buy it. Also, the Roger Ap Williams stuff, like... Anya and Barnard just seems like a fine performer. It was nice. I think it's a really cool idea, but I did think it was kind of underbaked. Like, the second he comes in, it's quite quick. He's establishing himself as Mad Jack, which is where the circle thing happened, but yeah, it just, I don't know, it felt a little bit underbaked, and this is where a lot of the stuff set up starts to sort of fall flat because it wasn't explained properly. But do I have good news for you? I am releasing today, an hour or so after this video, a video called 73 Yards Explained, where I try and answer as many of the unanswered questions as possible that this episode leaves. So make sure you're subscribed, turn on the notification bell for that, and check out that video when it drops on the channel today. I thought the commentary of, like, Roger Ap Williams, it was a bit odd, kind of like, oh, I'm evil because I'm gonna use nukes. Who was he nuking? Why? Like, I don't know, it just felt a bit random, really. Like, I didn't feel like I got a sense of his politics or why. The imagery was very sort of conservative, but I don't know why. I did like the moment where Ruby sort of goes undercover as it is, and yeah, the cut between her saying, oh, I'll do anything, I'll hold the coats, and then her holding the coats, that was quite fun. But I really did think they could have done more with the social commentary there. Like, obviously, I'm not asking for, like, ridiculous stuff or anything too controversial, but just, I don't know, there didn't seem like a meaningful point was being made other than this guy likes nukes because he likes nukes, and this guy does evil things because he is evil. I don't know, maybe that's just a pedanticism, but it felt like it could have done with more work. The football stadium scene was quite nice. I thought it's a nice resolution, Ruby sort of wrapping it all up with making Roger go mad because, like, the 73 Yards woman spoke to him. But also, again, I'll try and explain it in my 73 Yards Explained video, but, like, why? I mean, does speaking to her just make you go mad generally? I thought it made you hate Ruby, kind of like how The Curse of Clyde Langer makes everyone hate Clyde. I don't know, there was something a bit underdeveloped there as well, but the scene itself was quite nice, and I thought it was quite triumphant the way Ruby made him run off. The 40 years later, like, it just cuts to like 40 years later, it was a bit jarring again, like, it just, I don't know. I mean, at least Ruby looks old now. Like, the actress they got looked similar enough to Millie Gibson. Like, I bought that. It felt natural. And I thought the sequence of her, like, in the future dying in a hospital, that was quite nice. Seeing her life without the doctor, without anyone, but having that weird sense of comfort of that creepy 73 yards woman is always watching her. That was quite nice. And I thought the sort of slow reveal of, oh, she is Ruby, but also she's not Ruby because it's a different actress to the actress that plays old Ruby. Is it supposed to be the same person? Well, no, because it's a different body. And then if she went into that creepy old woman's body, how did she time travel back to the start of the episode in 2024? And if she did sort of time travel back, I don't understand. It was really waffly. Which is a massive shame because conceptually, I think it's a really cool idea. It reminds me of like episodes like Turn Left, which I think are some of Russell's best work, and certainly some of my favourite episodes of television, like literally ever. So I don't know, I felt like the script needed a little bit more explanation there. It felt very sort of like Inside Number 9 or kind of Twilight Zone-esque, where the episode ends with a really cool plot twist, and occasionally you sat there thinking, oh, that was a really cool plot twist, but it didn't make too much sense, and it could have done with a little bit more explanation. I also wonder if the 45-minute runtime of the episode hindered it slightly and didn't allow it to do as much as it could have done if it was like 50 minutes to an hour long. I also think all of these unanswered questions, it really needs, as I mentioned, like Turn Left. It needs that scene where the Doctor holds the beetle at the end of Turn Left and goes, well, a parallel universe was created around you, Ruby, blah, 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 blah. I mean, I know it's supposed to be myths and legends because of the sprinkling of the 14th Doctor's salt in Wild Blue Yonder, but still, there was just something, I don't know, something missing, something off. And I think maybe an end solution, the Doctor should have gone, oh, it's lucky I didn't step in there, because if I did, you'd have, like, had to live out your life without me. Then he clocks that old woman is Ruby, and he has to go in the TARDIS and bring old Ruby there. Well, I don't know, I'm writing fan fiction now, there's probably nonsense what I'm saying, but it needed something at the end, and it just, I don't know, the ending left a little bit of a sour taste in my mouth, which is a real shame, because the start was some of the best Doctor Who I've seen in years. So overall, I think maybe it's a bit harsh, I'm in the middle between 6 out of 10 and 7 out of 10. Like, I very rarely give episodes a sort of 6 out of 10, especially with how much I was enjoying it at the start. So I think I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10, purely because of the unanswered questions. It would be a 7, possibly 8 out of 10 if a couple more things were answered. Now, obviously, I get a bit of ambiguity. Like, maybe never finding out what the 73 yards woman actually says is a good idea, because then it ruins the mystery of it. It's like the creature from Midnight. We never know what that is, and that's the mystery of the creature. But I don't know, there was something off. I'm going with 6.5. 6.5 out of 10 is what I rate 73 yards. Let me know your ratings in the comments down below, and if you did enjoy, please do remember to like, comment, subscribe. Also, tune in to see my 73 yards explained video coming very, very soon. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.